Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Priyanas. I'm here with another lecture. The topic of my lecture is resume writing. In this lecture, we will discuss about resume writing. Let's start our topic. The content of the topic is meaning and use of resume, definition of resume, kinds of resume, standard parts of resume. Standard parts also called essential parts of resume. Resume is basically a part of job application. We have two parts of job application. Number one is resume and number two is cover letter. Now we are going to talk about the meaning and use of resume. Meaning of resume is a brief summary or description of your educational qualification, previous work experience, soft and technical skills, and personal information, etc. Resume is also called curriculum vitae, CV, and biodata. You can say that the other name of resume is curriculum vitae, CV, or biodata. Resume is sent to an employer or HR when you are applying for a job. रिज्यूमे को हम CV या बायोडाटा भी कह सकते हैं और रिज्यूमे को हम सेंड करते हैं किसी भी एम्प्लॉयर को जिस कंपनी में हमें जॉब चाहिए होती है. जॉब हासिल करने के लिए हम उस कंपनी के एम्प्लॉयर को रिज्यूमे अपना सेंड करते हैं. The curriculum vitae. As I told you, another name of resume is curriculum vitae, used for employment purposes in the UK and in other European countries. Means the word CV is used in European countries. The word resume, a shorter summary version of one's education and experience than to the longer and more detailed CV that is expected in US academic circles. Means the word resume is used in USA. In USA, the word CV is not used, curriculum vitae is not used, and in Europe, the word resume is not used. But in South Asian countries such as India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, the word biodata is used in place of a resume. So हम कह सकते हैं यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में CV वर्ड यूज होता है, USA में रिज्यूमे वर्ड यूज होता है और मोस्टली इन पाकिस्तान हम बायोडाटा का वर्ड यूज करते हैं. Resume can be used for a variety of reasons. You can use resume for many reasons, but most important, often it is used for new employment. The most important reason to use resume is to get job. When an applicant has completed his study, so the most important thing he requires, it is called job. So for new employment, he needs to make his resume. Number two is advertisements. As such, it is important to decide what type of ad, in this case, format. So we must focus on what type of our requirement is. According to our requirement, we choose the format. हमारी जो रिक्वायरमेंट होती है उसके मुताबिक हमें अपना फॉर्मेट चूज करना होता है. Depending on the type of job you are applying to, different resume format may apply. Let us discuss the meaning and format of resume in detail. A typical resume contains a summary of relevant job experience and education. Basically, हमारे जो resume होता है वो समरी होती है किस चीज की, हमारी क्वालिफिकेशन, एक्सपीरियंस एंड अचीवमेंट. बेसिकली जॉब एक्सपीरियंस और एजुकेशन की समरी होती है. इट इज नॉट अ कंप्लीट बट अ ब्रीफ लाइफ हिस्ट्री. यू कैन से दैट इट इज नॉट अ कंप्लीट बट अ ब्रीफ लाइफ हिस्ट्री. Now we discuss the definition of resume. Definition of a resume is a professional document which throws light on one's professional and personal detail. Effectively, a resume helps a person to apply for a job. इसलिए जो resume होता है वो हमारे लिए helpful साबित होता है जब हमने अपनी job लेनी हो. Further, a resume contains your work experience, education details, personal information, achievements, etc. This resume template will help you create a good first impression when you are applying for a job. When we design a resume, then we must focus the thing our format and template must be good. So this is the first expression to the employer of the company in which we want to job. क्योंकि जिस कंपनी में हमने जॉब करनी होती है, the employer of the company doesn't know about us. He doesn't know about our skills, qualification, etc. So through our resume, हम अपना expression show करते हैं. So if our resume will not be good one, then our expression will be bad on the employer. Now we discuss the kinds of resume. As in previous slide, we discussed there are many formats. So kinds of resume. There are 3 kinds of resume. Number 1 is basic resume. Number 2 is functional resume. Number 3 is specific resume. Number 1 is basic resume. It includes all normal parts of our resume. Normal parts means applicant name, applicant address, contact number, date of birth, father name, gender, etc. But it is simpler and shorter. I said it is simpler and shorter. Why it is simpler and shorter? Basic resume. Why it is simpler and shorter? This preference suits for those who have just completed the education or have a limited experience. Means those applicants just have completed their study and they don't have a lot of experience. They just have little bit experience like internship. So that's why this resume will be simpler and shorter. Functional resume. It also includes all normal parts. Now you know about what are normal parts. But it describes wide range of skills and work experience. The heading should describe expertise in work. This resume suits for those who have work experience. Means that time they are not new applicant. They did job in 1 or 2 or many companies. So now they have experience. That's why this type of resume has wide range of skills and work experience. So when we have the experience in a job, so of course we have expertise in work also. तो हमें स्किल होती है उस काम में, हमारा एक्सपीरियंस होता है. तो ये रिज्यूमे वो स्टूडेंट वो एप्लीकेंट बनाते हैं जो कुछ जगहों पर काम कर चुके होते हैं and they want to move another company. So we need, because when we move to another company, हमें जब कहीं पे भी मूव करना होता है दूसरी कंपनी में कहीं पे भी, so we need our updated resume. हम अपना पुराना ही पहले वाला resume नहीं डाल सकते because in that one resume we never have this job experience. So we mention this job experience also. Specific resume. It includes all the normal parts, but it prepared for a specific job. Normal parts, you know about what are normal parts. But this type of resume, when we say that specific resume, it is prepared for a specific job, not for general job. As example is, a teacher is a journal, but he is lecturer in specific program, in specific subject. So it will become the specific job resume. It presents qualifications, skills and experience that are relevant to a particular job. ये वो रिज्यूमे होता है जो खास किसी एक पर्टिकुलर जॉब के लिए बनता है, जर्नल के लिए नहीं बनता. Now we discuss the standard or essential parts of a resume. These are very important parts. When we need to design our resume, so we design our resume with the help of these standard or essential parts. These are standard. These are not, we cannot say that कि ये part आपके सिर्फ इतने ही होंगे. We can add this or we can also omit this. हर एप्लीकेंट का अपने जॉब के मुताबिक, अपने एक्सपीरियंस के मुताबिक, अपने क्वालिफिकेशन के मुताबिक रिज्यूमे बनता है. बट दीज आर स्टैंडर्ड, ये सब में इंक्लूड होंगे. इसके अलावा जो एक्स्ट्रा जो चीजें होंगी वो आप हर एप्लीकेंट अपने रिज्यूमे में अपने अकॉर्डिंग टू अपने स्किल ऐड करें. There are literally hundreds of books and articles available on the perfect resume. Many suggest their approach to resume design will assure you an interview. Because when we make a design of a resume, we must keep one thing in our mind. So we need an interview. हम रिज्यूमे जब भेजते हैं किसी भी कंपनी में, हमारा मकसद ये होता है कि जो एम्प्लॉयर है, मालिक है जो कंपनी का, वो हमें इंटरव्यू के लिए बुलाए. इंटरव्यू में बुलाएगा तो हमारी जॉब के चांसेस होंगे. द बेस्ट रिज्यूमे फॉर यू विल बी one that you do yourself. Avoid resume template and instead think of your resume as an advertisement. आप उसे just advertisement में बनाएं, अपने मुताबिक बनाएं. What you have skills, qualification, according to your own self you make your resume. Typically, a resume will include the following parts. Now, here I will discuss 6 standard parts, but these are just 6 standard parts. We can add them. Number 1 is header. Header is basically a part of personal information. But now, when we need to make a resume, so we add our name, our full address, phone number, email of the applicant. All these things we mention in the top of the page and center aligned. That's why the employer will contact you via phone or email. So header is ये आपके जो पेज होगा, फर्स्ट पेज के टॉप पेज सेंटर में सिर्फ इतनी चीजें इंक्लूड होंगी. In personal information, we add something more. Number 2 is statement of objective. It is the most important thing. Statement of objective means why we want to job and what we can offer to job. हम जॉब क्यों करना चाहते हैं, हमारा डिसीजन है कि हम क्यों जॉब करना चाहते हैं और हम इस जॉब में क्या चीज ऑफर कर सकते हैं. Objective may be specific or general. When we write down our objective, then we can write down our general objective and specific. If our job requirement is specific in specific field, then we write down our specific objective. If our job requirement in general field, then we mention our general objective. What are general objectives? For example, a position in marketing. Specific objective, a position in agri marketing. So specific field. I mention here specific field. So when we need to write down specific objective, then we must focus some points. Number 1 is, when we write down the sentence in specific objective, then our sentence must be shorter, not longer. हमारे सेंटेंस छोटे होने चाहिए, लंबा नहीं होना चाहिए. Secondly, our goal must be short-term goals, not long-term goals. हम जो भी अपने ऑब्जेक्टिव गोल में बताते हैं वो हमारे शॉर्ट टर्म होने चाहिए, ज्यादा लंबे अरसे के लिए नहीं होने चाहिए. Third one, we must focus in specific objective. Our objective will start from specific, not from journal. हमारे specific से start होना चाहिए, journal से नहीं होना चाहिए. Education, the most important thing. Education की बिहार के related. So when we write down the education, mostly हम कहते हैं we did metric, intermediate, graduation, master, MPhil and PhD. So we will write down the recent degree first. पहले अगर हमारी सबसे बड़ी डिग्री क्या है, MPhil है या हमारी ME है या ग्रेजुएशन है, जो हमारी बड़ी डिग्री है, we will write down first. We will not start our education portion from our metric. Metric we will write down in the last, in the bottom. So recent degree we will write down first. In education, what the things we will mention? Number one is include university, college name with their location, degree and the session. As, for example, we are the student of BS. So BS honors. So firstly we write down BS honor, university name, degree name, session मतलब in which year we did, कौन से साल में हमने किया, ये सब चीजें. So when we need down the degree name, so we'll write down the abbreviation. We will not write down the full name as MA. MA means Master of Art. We will not write down Master of Art. We will just write down MA, MPhil, MPhil, PhD. अब MPhil means Master of Philosophy. हम इतना बड़ा नहीं लिखेंगे, MPhil लिखेंगे. So recent degree we will write down first, then previous one degree, then previous one and then previous. Means if we have MPhil degree, so firstly we write down MPhil degree, then we write down BS degree, then we write down intermediate degree, then we write down metric. So metric degree will in the bottom. Decide whether to use grade, division, percentage or CGPA. Means if our division, grade, percentage or CGPA is very good, so we mention these things. If we have mediocre, all these things we can omit. हम उसे omit भी कर सकते हैं, this portion. Describe major as well as minor subject. So some companies require the major as well as minor subject also. Like your science or art subject, like you did engineering, medical or ICS, ICOM, etc. Work experience. This is also the most important part. Same like this, education. We will write down work experience also in reverse order. Reverse order means recent job we will mention in first and our first job we will mention in the bottom. हम जॉब कर रहे होंगे, रिसेंट वाली जॉब हम सबसे पहले लिखेंगे और जो उससे पहले जॉब की है वो हम आखिर में चलते जाएंगे. The detail of the past job is given in reverse chronological order. That means mention the present job first. So in this line, mention the present job first. I told. Place the name, location and dates of employment of each company. We will write down the name of the company and where the company is located and when we started job and when we left the job. If we never left the job, if we are continuing that one job and we move to another company, so we will just write down the applying job, not left date. Applying date लिखेंगे, left date नहीं लिखेंगे. Mention your position and title, designation, achievements, awards and services, etc. So in work experience, we also get our position, our title, our designation, and if we get any achievement, awards, service, activities, all these things we will mention one by one. Same like this, recent one we will mention first and previous one we will mention later. Personal information, as I told you in header. So applicant name, address, content and email we mention all these things in header portion, and remaining personal information we will mention in this portion. It is an optional part. Why I said it is an optional part? Because Asian give personal information, but Western avoid it. For Western people, just enough for them. उनके लिए इतना काफी है, name, contact number, email address और address. They never need father name, gender, marital status, date of birth, ID number, etc. उनको इस चीज की जरूरत नहीं है. But Asian also mention all these things like father name, gender, marital status, date of birth, nationality, religion, ID card number, etc. So जो Asian है, especially in Pakistan, we mention all these things. But in European, in Western, they avoid these things. उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि उनके फादर का नेम क्या है, जेंडर क्या है, रिलीजन क्या है. हमारे यहाँ रिलीजन को बहुत कंसीडर किया जाता है. डेट ऑफ बर्थ क्या है, they never bother these things. But in Asian, we focus on this. References. References, generally references are not listed on a resume and only provided if requested by an employer. We will write down the heading of reference, but we will not mention the references. We will write down on demand. हम on demand लिख देते हैं, लेकिन reference में लिखते क्या है, we will discuss in this portion. Firstly, to share your references, list in alphabetical order the name, titles, addresses, telephone number, and email addresses of at least 3 people. हमें रेफरेंस लिखते हुए कम से कम 3 लोगों के अल्फाबेटिकली हमें लिखने हैं, उनके नेम, टाइटल, एड्रेसेस, फोन नंबर एंड ईमेल एड्रेस. References should not be of relatives. Relative means your father, your brother, your mother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt. References will not be included. वो आपके नहीं लिखे जाएंगे, तो एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं होते. References of your previous bosses, references of your professors, and references of your business friends will be accepted. ये references accepted होंगे, आपके relatives के references accepted नहीं होंगे. These are basically standard part of resume, but as I told you, the content and layout of the resume is varied. So हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि हमारा resume सिर्फ इतने ही पार्ट पर होगा. If we have more achievement, if we got more awards and achievements and honorees, we can mention in our resume also. So when we discuss our educational portion, if we did a lot of researches, we also mention. अगर हमने अपने स्टडी के दौरान researches की हैं, वो भी हम मेंशन कर सकते हैं. So we can see that every applicant has its own resume. उसकी अपनी skills, अपनी education, अपनी qualification, अपनी skills के मुताबिक अपना resume बनाएगा. So these are basically standard part, but we can add more than part and we can omit also. So hope so you understand this topic, and if you have any confusion, then write down your question. Inshallah, we will discuss in online session. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. See you in next week with next lecture. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Yes, ma'am.